Hello, all my brilliant followers and subscribers. Welcome to any newcomers. This is Maggie, the Irish Gypsy, here to bring you your February 2024 general reading. We're looking at the first half of February, roughly from the 1st to the 15th. Time, of course, always being somewhat fluid. This reading is for the fire sign of Sagittarius. That's Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and this video is also relevant if you're cross-watching for a Sagittarian. It's a general reading, so of course it'll resonate a little differently for everyone. Take what resonates and is helpful to you and leave the rest behind. And if you know your other sign placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, watch those videos as well for additional insight and perspective. And if you find that something does resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at it, or you simply like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please feel free to email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also see that contact info. It's attached to the title or description of this video. I would love to hear from you, and I can usually get back to you the same day or within the same 24-hour period with more information. I offer a pretty wide variety of readings, all different types, lengths, costs, spreads. There's something in there for everyone. And still pretty popular right now, the 6 and 12-month overviews, which show what's coming in different areas of your life over the next 6 or 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look. You can order them any time of the year. They simply go from the time of the reading forward, but still popular end of one year, beginning of a new year, because, you know, we're starting that new cycle. So something to think about. All right, let's move right into this reading and see what's coming in for Sagittarius for the first half of February 2024. Sagittarius, I am using a couple of new decks. I'm using the Royal Tarot Deluxe by artist Cyril Marchetti. And for clarification, a different version of the Rider-Waite deck that's gold foiled, gold plated. No, not gold plated, gold foil. All right, Sagittarius. Okay. We begin with the Empress, the divine feminine, beauty, abundance, fertility, a full harvest. Planting seeds for something new, although I feel this is an actual person for some of you, particularly those who are male. We have the magician, the entrepreneur, the self-made person of the tarot, the manifester. Manifesting some sense of abundance, could be manifesting wealth for some of you, planting seeds to manifest wealth. Others of you, this is about a specific person. It could be a mate, it could be a partner, it could be a mother or mother figure. It could literally have to do with conception and pregnancy as well. Next we have the Devil. Look at all these major arcana cards. The Devil represents an area of obsession. It's often a challenging, unhealthy card. Not always. I mean, the only way that the energy of the Devil card, because it's so focused and so obsessive, is in the building of something. Like if you're, you know, building a business or trying to complete your doctorate or something like that, you know, something that has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Then it can be a positive driving force. But beyond that, it becomes habit and it becomes unhealthy. This can represent actual addictions, which could represent a lot of different things. I mean, it can represent drugs, alcohol, eating disorders, mental health issues, gambling, you know, anything that's got an obsessive amount of focus in one area. It's next to the Empress too, so it may be that somebody you care about or somebody that's close to you or you yourself may have an issue in some area, some kind of addiction or obsession. With the Devil, we have the Hermit, which is about taking a step back and reflecting, taking a step back and asking yourself, what's my part in this? What do I need to do? This is kind of like trying to see a clear and healthy path through this, using the wealth of your life's wisdom experience to find a way forward through this. For some of you, it's helping someone that you really care about or that you really love kind of get through this or get on a healthier path, maybe a path of recovery. Some of you just may have an unhealthy level of attachment to something, someone. Next, we have the Six of Wands, which is a card of victory, triumph, success. Can also be a card of ego, wanting to be recognized, to be seen as unique and individual, which there isn't anything wrong with that per se. We all want this, right? But next to the devil, it might be an unhealthy level of that for some of you in terms of being ego-driven. Or again, it might represent success over whatever that devil card is. I mean, the devil card is difficult because there's such a temptation in it, right? It might be something that grows to an unhealthy level of obsession, but there's something in it that, it tells us we need it, we want it, it'll make us feel better, right? So Six of Wands, victory and success with the Four of Coins, which is a more temperate, moderate approach, right? The Four of Coins is a card of economy, of being careful, of being kind of guarded and protective or protected. I feel like you're trying to strike a right balance in addressing something. Again, I'm getting this story that for some of you, this is somebody close to you going through something difficult or having a problem or an addiction or an unhealthy pattern of some kind that's rearing its ugly head again or cropping up again. It might be you yourself. What's the best way through this? What's the path of victory here? How can I address this with myself, with my partner, with this person I care about, or even if it's, like with your mother? How can I do this without making them be so defensive that that conversation ends up going nowhere? From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy is the Two of Cups, which is the traditional soulmate, kindred spirit, best friends. This might be love, romantic love, soulmate, or it could be best friend, kindred spirit, or some beautiful combination of the both of them. That's the theme and the focus. Let's clarify that overall energy of the Two of Cups. Yeah, Five of Wands, conflict, fighting, arguing, perhaps arguing over the same thing over and over and over again. Two of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, making a decision that might be the best decision possible in order to start to see your efforts paying off and feeling much more positive, hopeful, and optimistic about the future. It might be a logistical decision too, but the problem is seeing eye to eye on what needs to be done. For those of you that this is a person close to you that's experiencing some kind of addiction or unhealthy patterns that are emerging or re-emerging, it's maybe talking to them about, okay, we need to do something here. We need to address this in some way. Maybe going to therapy or going into rehab for a while or going, something of that sort. And the conversation being kind of tricky, kind of difficult. Somebody may be in denial. For some of you, it might be you, but it might be somebody close to you as well. For others of you that are in a couple, it might be addressing fertility, pregnancy issues. It may be that you've explored other options. You're trying to decide what might be the best way to become parents moving forward. This could be, because I feel like there's just a relationship kind of central here. For some of you, it could be, I don't want to adopt. I don't want to do this. If we can't have it this way, then maybe we should not do it, issues like that. Let's take a look at the Empress. We have the Seven of Wands, which is a defensive card. It's standing your ground, standing up for what you believe in, standing up for what you think is right, standing up for someone else. But it could also be somebody else being defensive. You're wanting to stand up and, to a person that you love and care about, and set boundaries and say, look, we have to address this, or we have to make decisions on this. Could be the other person being defensive as well, especially if they're still in a bit of denial about whatever this issue is. Let's take a look at that Magician. But it feels like you're quite determined to, the Empress again. Six of Swords, which is a card of healing. Ten of Pentacles, long-term security and stability. I feel like you love and care about this person a great deal, regardless of the nature of the relationship. And you're almost, it feels like you're almost desperate here to find a path of health and healing moving forward with this. Again, whether it's, because there's some kind of addictive obsession here that's become unhealthy, whether it's classic addictions or just an obsession about something, over and over and over again. Let's take a look at that, Devil. The Fool. The Nine of Cups. I really don't like, cards just went everywhere. I really don't like seeing that combination. Sorry. These gold foil cards are quite beautiful, but very slippery. Okay. I really don't like seeing this combination of cards because it's a classic combination for a habit that's gotten out of control. Okay, we have our Devil here. We have the Nine of Cups. I mean, that in and of itself is kind of a classic textbook combination for, drinking too much, alcoholism, something like that, partying too much, socializing. The Fool, making foolish decisions here. The Fool is the start of a new path, but it can also represent literally being quite foolish and foolhardy, having a lack of consequential thinking, meaning, okay, if I do this, what will happen before you actually make the decision to do a thing. So, yeah, really not healthy here. Let's take a look at that Hermit card. But it feels like you or the other person, depending on which foot this shoe is on, somebody's really going within to kind of take a look at trying to dissect the problem and figure out the best way through it, again, to have health and balance and recovery here. Six of Wands, Four of Coins. Six of Wands with the Six of Wands. Seven of Cups. So exploring different options and opportunities for success, basically. Five of Pentacles, which is also the Five of Coins with the Four of Coins. Justice. What's the most fair, equitable, and even way to do this? Again, this whole reading, regardless of the nature of that Devil card, whatever the unhealthy balance or pattern or obsession or addiction is here, it's about you or the other person, again, depending on which side of the story you're on, trying to find a path through, trying to address it, trying to have conversations that result in productive conversations that result in actual actions and decisions to say, we need to get better with this. We need to recover. We need to make choices and decisions, some practical choices and decisions too, to have help, to seek help and health and healing here. What's the best way to do that? What's the fair and honorable, truthful way of doing that? It's addressing an obsession that someone has in a way that is honorable and fair, but still honest and transparent at the same time. So let's end with some advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit for Sagittarius, first half of February 2024. Knight of Wands. This is the Knight of Fire, the Knight of Action. Sooner rather than later, it's time to move forward on something, on a path of action here. We have the Magician again, the manifester, the self-made person. He knows how to pull it all together with that hard work to actually manifest something in reality. The Magician knows it's not enough just to have good thoughts and think good things and have positive conversations. That's part of it, but it's also about setting goals, making decisions, and taking action towards that to actually see something happen. The Ace of Pentacles, a practical new beginning. It could be a new job, moving, relocating, new projects. For those of you for whom this is like a literal addiction or some issue, it might represent needing to go into some kind of rehab or treatment facility for a while. But this is like not wasting any time, deciding on a course of action and beginning on that and following it through. That's the key here, and that's the path here, is to not procrastinate anymore and not, deny the reality of something. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there, Sagittarius. Those are your messages for the first half of February. I hope they resonated with those of you that it needed to, that it was helpful, validating, or at least gave you, as I like to say, something to chew on, some food for thought. If this did resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at it, maybe pull the curtains back a bit, or you like the reading style, if you're interested in a reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can see that contact info attached to the title or description of this video. I would be just delighted to hear from you and to work with you. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the February mid-month readings. Until then, stay well and safe. I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.